Hi, it's Anne-Sophie here of AnneSophieDumetz.com. I'm a personal empowerment coach. I work with parents who have big dreams and small kids, and also with, a few ambitious women who are really out to create a wonderful life for themselves. So I want to talk to you today about 3 hacks to help you stop being a victim of your time. That's right. Because here's the deal. Pretty often, I've heard myself or I've heard parents and I've heard clients say things like, I just don't have the time. There are only so many hours in the day. And then there's that secret question that really nags at, I would say specifically moms who have small kids, big dreams, big ambitions, and they're really trying to go and do everything that they want, is how can I feel great doing it all? Being me, really all of me, being an amazing parent, finding the time to sit down with my spouse to have that connection time and really talk about what I want in my life, what we want in our family. How can I do that? So today I want to talk to you about 3 really simple hacks that I would challenge you to implement in your life. And these are techniques that that have come up with many clients, because we're in a situation where there's so much information and so much input in our life that we really have to start making some powerful decisions about not only how we manage our time, but rather how we manage ourselves. And that really is the first nugget, is that the moment you feel disempowered and like a victim of your own schedule and a victim of your time, well, it's actually a symptom of the fact that you're losing a grasp on what you have ownership on in your time and your schedule. So I want to focus on this today because what I'm seeing around me, and it's really quite concerning me, is that I'm seeing so many people that are just always distracted, always like having ADD, like adult ADD, looking at their watch, checking their phone, getting home, and there's just so many things to check all the time. And they're running on this permanent adult ADD, and also in a state of decision fatigue. So I spoke about decision fatigue in a previous video and said, how you do things matters, but who you are while you do it matters more. And that is still true. Nevertheless, there is another layer to this, which is around those little micro tweaks, those hacks that can help you create more powerful habits and rituals that are necessary for you to activate your dreams. Now, I'm talking about activating your dreams as an important ingredient to having the life that you really want as a parent, a game-changing parent at that. Somebody who is completely authentic, being all of you, being also an amazing, awesome parent who empowers versus overpowers, and somebody who's committing to being a change maker in your world. And running on empty and running on permanent ADD, a victim of your time, is just not a way to get that. And so it's important to start looking at what you're doing, and just without judging, look at what you're doing and assess where you're falling short and how can you start to make these little tweaks and changes that help you move forward. Now, first of all, let me just start about some of these habits with the easier ones. Okay, so the first habit and the little hack that I want to encourage you to do is to go and do something old school. So doing something old school means this. I want you to invest or dig up a good old watch. Why? Because I bet that if you think about your day, every time that you look at the time, you're probably pulling up a smartphone and you're looking at the time. And then at times, this is what may happen. You have your phone in your hand, you look at the time, you're like, oh, look, I have a message. I actually have a message right now, and it could be very distracting for me to start and want to go and look at my Facebook messages, look at my email. And so looking at the time, instead of being a split second, oh, it's 4:30, done, becomes a time-consuming thing. And that can actually cumulatively through the day rob you of many valuable minutes and make you enter in a vortex of decisions that you have to suddenly make around, should I check this? Do I need to act on this message? Do I need to respond to this? Blah, blah, blah. I think you catch my drift. So that is the number 1 hack, is just go old school, wear a watch. Now, the second small hack to get you to stop being a victim of your time is very connected to this. I want you to go more old school than the watch, and that is to just get a good old alarm clock. So this is the alarm clock I had in my life before a smartphone even existed. So this is an old one and a good one. And it really doesn't matter what your alarm clock looks like, as long as it is something that is, you know, battery operated, reliable, plug in the wall, whatever, that just does the simple task of showing you the time in the morning and at night, and also allows you to look at it without feeling like, again, there's multiple distractions happening on your phone with reminders and alerts, checking the weather, looking at your calendar and your schedule and all of that stuff. So that is the second hack. Now, the third hack that I want to invite you to do is something a little bit trickier. And I would love for you at this point to pull out your smartphone if you have one. So I'm going to give you a minute, maybe a few seconds to do that. And here's why. So a second ago, I talked about on your phone having lots of alerts and distractions. And some of this has to do with your habits and what you are accustomed to doing on your phone. So whatever is on your phone that is the biggest distractor, I would encourage you to do one of two things. First thing, make it, I really have to sneeze. This is like so inconvenient in the middle of this video, but hey, I'm just human. Anyway, if it happens, I'm sorry. So the first thing would be to set your smartphone so that you remove the alerts on it. So this could be removing alerts from your email, removing alerts from your social. And if you want to go a little bit further, if you're really somebody who cannot pick up your phone without looking at your email, and email is, you know, was praised as the most convenient thing in the world, but it became such an inconvenient thing because everybody's has become a victim to their inbox. And so I don't want you to be a victim to your inbox, because it is robbing you of the life that you're meant to live, because you're becoming a victim of the message. You're always responding as opposed to being empowered around the way you relate to messages. So a very first basic step would be to do what I'm about to do on my phone. And so if you see here, I have a little icon with my emails, and yes, 49 alerts. Awesome. I'm going to delete it. I am going to delete email from my smartphone right now. And so I'm delete mailbox, delete, yes. And there, it's gone. So now I actually, if I'm going to check email on my phone, I'm going to have to jump through a few more hoops. And to be honest, I used the excuse of doing this video to do it with you because I was afraid to do this. I feel completely ridiculous admitting this, but it's true. I was really afraid to remove email. And you know what is the most amazing thing? Nothing happened. I still am the same person. I actually feel a little bit more free, a little bit more successful, because now every time that I'm going to go and check my email, it's going to be on a very intentional schedule. And so there's other things that come into play with this around finding your focus and finding your time. And I'm going to be talking about this in another video about some of the habits that you can implement. But for now, these are the 3 things that I want you to implement. They're really easy to do. All it requires is just a little bit of commitment. You know, find a watch with a battery that works, that is not an iWatch. I'm actually discouraging you from buying one. Also, get a good, old, loving, amazing old school alarm clock, and be bold. Remove email from that freaking smartphone so that you can become smarter about the way you use your time when you are on your phone, so that this becomes a tool, something that is fun and juicy and fun to use versus something that sucks your time away. So you can go into your phone and maybe listen to audiobooks as opposed to get into inbox and especially work email late at night, when really all you should be doing is connecting with yourself, the people you love, and really focusing on what it is that you really want to be creating in your life and the habits that you need, the rituals that you need to be moving forward with those habits. So I also want to invite you to join me for the magic of activating your dream. This is going to be a multi-day adventure that is really focused for moms who are looking for more. You just want more out of life, more time for you, more sense of magic, more freedom, more success, more of everything. And I would invite you to go and just sign up for that challenge at asdumetz, dumetz.com/magic. And that's going to be happening very soon. During this challenge, we're really going to be focusing on some of these kinds of habits, but going a little bit deeper than this. This is just scratching the surface to whet your appetite. And as you can see, I am doing things along with you. So it's all about growing and moving forward and really creating the life that we want, activating the dreams that are in our hearts, so that not only can we be the kind of grown-ups that we hope to be when we were small, but also become the kind of grown-ups, the kind of adults and role models our kids can look up to, be inspired by, and give our kids the kind of parents that they really deserve to have, which is who you truly, authentically are. And letting that rise up and out of you in a beautiful, magical way. And yes, it starts by tackling small, tiny, but meaningful habits, things that come back over and over and over and over again. So with that, those were my 3 simple little tiny but powerful hacks. I hope you are doing them, and I would love to hear from you in the comments on this post. And I also, once you're in the Magic Challenge, you'll also be part of our special group where we'll be able to talk about how all of this is happening for you. So once again, go to asdumetz.com/magic, and I will see you on the other side.